On the 22nd of November, the serene grounds of the Archbishop Vining Memorial Church in Ikeja, GRA, transformed into a hub of storytelling, reflection, and celebration. It was the official launch of Memoirs of an Otondo, a compelling collection of service year experiences written by ThankGod Egesimba. A book that doesn't just tell a story, it relieves an entire season of life. From the red carpet came stories of anticipation. Guests, many of them former corps members themselves, shared memories of their own service year, the excitement, the lessons, the friendships, and sometimes the challenges that shaped them.
Lived in Abuja, and that was the first time I was exploring a bit of the northern flavor. I had been in the east all my life, so I'll describe it as adventure. Let me just say adventure. Yes, new territories. So I was just taking everything in and learning because I love to learn. I'm such an avid student of life, so it was an opportunity to see new people, hear a completely different language style and the culture, just soak it all in. I was happy to be there.
You're taking me back to how many years now? 1992. That's in Lagos, here. I served in a bank, UBA Bank, 1992. So the experience really, I was not in camp because I came back from the US and I had the privilege and the opportunity to choose where to serve. So I was just, posted to a bank, and that's where I did my, youth service here.
I served in 2020. I think I finished in 2023, right? My experience, NYC for me, and it was a very, very interesting experience, right? I remember how I really hated going to camp, and surprisingly, I even held a position in camp, right? I was the core camp director then, being the spokesman for the core members, and it really made me see that experience differently.
Camp was a very, very interesting experience for me because I served in Osun State. Yeah, so that was very fun.
And at the center of it all stood the man behind the pages, ThankGod Egesimba, visibly excited, almost emotional, as he shared how it felt to finally see the dream come alive.
Well, I feel happy and slightly overwhelmed as well, but I'm really happy to see already. Some of the people that I invited are already here and will be kicking off really soon. One of the things that actually never made the book happen or couldn't have made it to be published at this point was when I tried publishing initially, I had issues with publishers and all that, which led me to self-publish. So if I had kept waiting on for publishers, I probably would have never published myself. So I just had to put that out of the way.
For him, this book is more than a memoir. It's a platform, a bridge between storytelling and impact. When the event finally kicked off, the hall carried an atmosphere of warmth and reflection. In his speech, the author took the audience on a journey from the first line he wrote as a core member to the moments that shaped the stories now preserved in ink.
When I started writing the stories of faith with him, it was more like short stories of my experience during NYC. But I got to understand that the stories were, a friend of mine actually told me that the stories were too long for a short story, or too short. Or rather, too short for a long story, or too long for a short story. And that's what led me to turn it into a book. I used to write a lot of short stories long before now, but this is the one that I decided to make a theme, to give a breath of life to it. And the reason being that it's something a lot more people can relate to.
Guests asked heartfelt and curious questions, and the author answered them with disarming honesty, revealing even more about the inspiration and reality behind Memoirs of an Otondo.
So which character actually surprised you the most when writing?
One of the characters of the book happened to be the stepbrother to the love interest of the protagonist.
What informed that? Why did you choose that name instead of Memoirs of an NYC core member, or why Otondo?
It's because of Otondo is a colloquial name for core members. It's something we call core members.
But the highlight of many was the moment generosity filled the room. Guests began pledging money to support the opening of the book, not as mere donations, but as fuel for a vision the author has long held. His outreach project that provides school children with free books. This, he explained, was one of his biggest expectations for the launch, to turn a personal story into a tool for educational empowerment. And just when the audience thought the surprises were over, the author unveiled yet another milestone of a brand new website he had been quietly working on.
In the gaming industry, I worked as an engineer. What else? In marketing as well. So at some point, I decided to have like a culmination of all of this in one package. Because of all the things I've learned from all these industries, I have a combination of all of this in one package, and something that can still be beneficial to other people as well, not just for the sake of myself. And that's what led to something I created, which is something I call Pinecrest.
As the day wrapped up, ThankGod Egesimba expressed a deep sense of gratitude to God, to his supporters, and to everyone who believed in the vision of the book.
It means mission accomplished, for one, or as a short sentence. But for the most part, it means that I've officially brought the book into the world. Now people know about this, and they know about all the things I'm working on, I'm building, and then they can associate me with such things. And I look forward to people knowing me as an author and as someone who does a lot of other things to improve my society. Well, I will tell my younger self, like, you did something worth being proud of, and be proud of yourself.
The launch of Memoirs of an Otondo was more than an event. It was a celebration of service, storytelling, and the power of using personal experiences to inspire others. From heartfelt speeches to cheerful pledges, from memories shared to futures built, it was truly a success to reckon with. And as the guests dispersed, one thing was certain. This book is not just being read, it is being felt.
And I'll rise up high like the wave, I'll rise up in spite of the eagle, rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you